Good morning, everybody. Today is Tuesday, December 9th. And let's start out by hitting that thumbs up button, subscribing to the channel if you're not already a subscriber, and joining the Discord community by hitting the more button down below. You will see the link down there. Economic data today, we have JOLTS at 9 o'clock. Let's see, where are we? Yep. JOLTS 9 o'clock. Nothing else for today. Tomorrow, of course, everything leading up to tomorrow to FOMC. 1 o'clock Central Time, rather. And then on Thursday, you have unemployment claims, and then nothing on Friday. There are some earnings. I think you have Costco, you have Lululemon, you have Broadcom on Thursday, I believe, after the close. So that should maybe give you a little spark there as well. Let's get into the broader markets. He had a pretty decent sell-off yesterday, but nothing earth-shattering to rock the world of the S&Ps. We're still holding these levels here. 68.45 and a quarter was the fair value gap that's holding from December 1st. And at 68.36.25. So as long as we're above this 68.12.25, I still like the longs, even though we had some significant sell-off yesterday. I'd like to see us get above the 68.63.75 in order to start pushing higher to get a little more upsexy in the market here. In order to really give me some confidence here, I'd like to get above that 68.73 and a quarter. And then we can hopefully retrace everything that we gave back yesterday. Not sure what the sell-off was due to yesterday, but it was really a consistent slow grind. Hey, good morning, Anthony. Just a slow grind down all day. And, I usually have troubles on those days when it disagrees with my bias. In the trading room, I was looking for pullback longs all day, and I was getting chopped up, and at certain levels I was looking for longs. It wasn't, the move wasn't there for me, and then I lost a few trades. I stepped away, and I waited till a lower level. I came back, and I actually made my money on the lower level later on in the day. But when the market doesn't agree with my bias, that's when I have trouble trading most of the time. So you have to learn how to trade what you see, not what you think. It's good to have a bias and a plan going in, but you have to be able to adjust your mind afterwards. So let's take a look here. Holistically, I still, I still like this. We're in this regressional trend line here for the ES. I still like these, as long as we're supporting this 68.45 and a quarter, 68.12.25 is still a good level. Let's see here. Oh, excuse me. Okay, good morning. Anyways, as long as we're holding these levels here, I still like this upside, even with that big sell-off that we had yesterday. You can look back here, even from November 13th, big sell-off. You had a few days of sell-off, and then the final sell-off came on November 20th, and then boom, we got it all back here. So you can see, even though you have these big sell-off days, the market seems to be pretty resilient. So this one little pimple of a day here, you could see right here on November 30th, we had one of those days and we regained everything. So, you just have to look back, and you have to holistically look at things and see, okay, well, what is this market doing? Well, if I look back and I take a nice view of this thing, we are still trending higher right now. So I am not intimidated by yesterday whatsoever. I am still hopeful that we could get to the new highs before the end of the year. We are still in the first week of the month, and a lot will happen tomorrow after Powell speaks and gives us some direction as far as what's going to happen in 2026. As far as the NASDAQ is concerned, I'm a little disappointed with the NASDAQ. We are still struggling with this lower level regressional trend line. We cannot get above it and hold. Just keeps rejecting, and now rejecting. So same thing as far as yesterday regarding the NASDAQ. Unless we can get above this lower end of this regressional trend line, I do not like the longs up here. However, if we do get a pullback, I do like the longs down here at this 25,269 level. That would not be bad. You probably may be able to get, if you want to be a little more aggressive, you can get some longs up here where you can see how it's responding. We're looking at a 4-hour chart, by the way. You can see, it definitely responded at these levels here. These October 24th high, 25,563. It respected it on Thursday, respected it on Friday, respected it again yesterday. So this level seems pretty good, this 25,563. If we do lose that level, I think we go down to this 25,497 and a quarter first. And if we lose that level, then we come back down here to the previously all-time set highs, October 8th, 25,394 level. And then, of course, if we lose that level, then we come back down here to 25,269. So, again, my longs, I don't like the longs unless we can break and hold above this 25,000. Yeah, it's going to be right above that 25,880. The first level to get above and hold is going to be this 25,779 and a half to push higher. So that's pretty much about it. I'm not expecting much until tomorrow. However, maybe later on in the day, there's some news that comes out, some leaking of any kind of news that happens, and then you get a little movement before tomorrow's FOMC. So let's get into. By the way, one thing I forgot to mention: I think Trump signed some bill with China regarding NVIDIA last night, allowing NVIDIA to sell 25% of one of their major chips into China. Or not 25%, I think, to sell one of its newer chips into China with a rebate of 25% going back to the U.S. So I thought that potentially could help the ES this morning. I think it did initially last night when that news came out. I mean, it came out right in this area here. It got a little pop, and then now we're selling off. So it's important that we hold these levels here at 68.45 and a quarter first, and then the low from Thursday of last week, 68.36.25. If we lose that, then we come back down here and we test this previous all-time high, 68.12 and a quarter on the ES. Let's get into Tesla yesterday. Bring her down here, Tesla. So Tesla, yeah, I've been still bullish on Tesla, and yesterday was one of those days I was looking for the pullback longs, and no matter what level it came in and hit, you just saw this is a 15-minute chart we're looking at yesterday. There was just no relief. Boom, 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 boom. From right from the open, gave you a little indecision. I thought we were going to get that little pullback long, and then it gave you that a doji candle here, which is a top, meaning that you have it's kind of equal wick size on the top side as it is on the bottom side, with a tiny bottom here, which is an indecision candle, so it can go either direction. And then basically from the open, I would say for an hour and a half it sold off, and then it gave you another doji candle where it was another indecision, not really finding a direction. So I mean, if you look at the moving averages, I initially said I like this level if we pull back down into this 440 level. So I was looking, actually, I think the first level that I had up here was this 442 level. We did get a small little bounce. I did get long, and then I ended up getting stopped out here because I was trying to take it back up because I thought we were going to push back higher for the rest of the day. So that didn't work out for me. Then I came and then I had another level down here, which I'm leaving here at this 438.75 to 440.07 level right in here. I'm not turning that red just yet because I still like that support level. And then I tried going long there. That one didn't work out. I stepped away for a little bit. And then in my pre-market analysis, I said the golden long would have been if we got back down here to the 50-day moving average, which is at 435.20. And we actually came down here and we didn't quite hit the 435.20. We actually hit 435.25. But that's pretty close enough. You got to You're never going to hit numbers exactly. Everything is probabilities and approximates. So I think I'm trying to see if we're below that right now. We may be trading above it right now. Yeah, so we're hanging out right above that level right now. And so my attitude today is I still like this level. If we lose this level, we're going to come down to the September 17th FOMC high at 428.30, and then potentially we could lose that and come back down to the 20-day SMA at 423.57, and then that would pretty much be giving back all this move right here that we had here set from the beginning of pretty much the beginning of the month on December 2nd. And we popped all the way back up here. But now what happens is, so now what you saw from yesterday, if we do get any spark in the market, this creates a nice little speed zone. So if we can get a pop and get above this 440 level, all this right here, we can even just go to, if we go to a 1 hour chart, shows you a little better. This becomes a speed zone because there's no support here on, you can see that there's thin volume here. So this is a volume node, it's showing you, where the heavy volume is right here. There's the point of control right here is showing here at 439.41. And then this is all thin volume right in here. So if we could get a pop and hold above this level, we can quickly recover these levels here, right? So, but I would say that if we do pop and we get back into this level here, could get a little heavy between 446 and 447.08 level, which would get a little heavy if we get a little pop in there. But I'm still bullish on Tesla right now, so I am, hopefully it just doesn't come and bite me again. But ideally, what I'd look for today on the open is I'd look for a little sell-off a little bit on the open, and then maybe take some longs here. And then if we could get above, I would say, if we could get above this 440.97 level, I think we could push higher, and then definitely get into this 442.49. And I think if we can get through that level, I think we can definitely push back into this 446 to 447.08 range right there. So, but we're gonna have to see the overall market. I expect it to be another choppy day today because of what we have going on tomorrow with the FOMC. So let's go. Let's look at the 5-minute opening range trade yesterday, which was fantastic. But like I said, when I have a bias of a long bias coming in, very difficult for me to take this trade. But you saw the opening range trade yesterday was 449.75 for a high and a 445.82 for a low. So you took that low, 445.82. You pretty much could have gotten $10 out of that move. So that's a pretty significant move all day. But if you were in the trading room, we were looking at this trade all day, and it was slow grind all the way down all day. I was looking for some pretty significant bounces, and there was nothing behind it yesterday. So those are the type of days that I have trouble with, and I'm very happy that I came out with a small few $100 profit yesterday, because these are the type of days that I usually have trouble with. And so if I come out a day when the market is going against my bias and I still make money, to me that's a winning day for me. So going into today, I'm going to show you what I am looking at. So I am looking at pullback long still. So if we got to hold this 50-day SMA at this 435.20 level, that's going to be important first off. So what I'm going to be shooting for, I'm going to say, so my expirations are still intact for Friday. So I am going to get a 430. I am going to leave my 430 puts up that expire on Friday. So that's pretty tight. It's about $6 range here because the premiums closed at 470. So that's not expensive premium. I'm going to change my, it's pretty interesting. I got a 455 call that expires on Friday. So that's $20 away, but this premium is still at $3.50. So that's still pretty expensive. So that tells me a little something that the market still may give us that little pop. But so I'm going to leave that on the start of the market. I'm going to actually change that to 450, see where that closed yesterday. So now it's 485. That's where it closed yesterday. So that's where I'm going to start off the day on my calls. I'm going to have the 450 calls, which expire on Friday. And I'm going to have the 430 puts that expire on Friday, and just going over things. If the market goes down, I buy the puts, and then this premium price goes up. If the market goes up, I buy the calls, and then this premium price goes up. And the reverse effects happen. So if I'm long, if I buy a call and the market goes down, this price is going to go down, right? So, and the same thing, if I buy a put and the market goes up, this premium price is going to go down, right? So anyways, again, I keep forgetting to say, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you're not already a subscriber, hit the more button down below, and join the Discord community, and come into the live trading room from 8:15 a.m. to 10 a.m. Central Time. And we go over the 5-minute opening range trade, which is a very basic trade, and then some other levels where I execute trades, and I show you my live trading that I do on a smaller scale for one of my other accounts that I trade on. Anyways, hope to see you in there. If not, we will see you tomorrow. Have a great trading day. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, people. Thank you very much as we try to build the community. Have a great day.